You don't need to get any sleep tonight, right? Great. Then you're in luck, because you're about to come across 5 photos that are going to make the hair stand up on the back of your neck and make sleep seem like a decent possibility. While you may immediately pay the skeptic card, we assure you that these 5 images are as verified as ghost photos get. That means there are no double exposure or photo tricks here. These are the real deal. FactFeed presents 5 shocking photos that prove ghosts are real. Number 5. The Backseat Ghost. This photo was taken by Mrs. Mabel Chinnery in March of 1959. Chinnery had hoped to catch a nice photo of her husband in the car, but upon looking at the photo it shows very clearly that there was someone sitting in the backseat. The person was later identified as being Mrs. Ellen Hummel, the woman whose grave they had visited earlier in the day. When a photographic expert identified the photo, he ruled out the chance of it being a double exposure. Whether you agree with him or not is still your call, but at least you know there are people out there who strongly believe in the photo. Number 4. The Spectre of Newbe Church. One of the creepiest but most common places for ghosts to be seen is inside of churches. I guess it makes sense when you consider the strong religious element of the paranormal. Reverend K.F. Ford was hanging out at the Church of Christ the Counselor in 1963 when he decided to take a photo. What he probably did not expect was a ghostly sight of what appears to be a 16th century monk who has a white shroud covering his face. Adding to the scary factor is the fact that the figure appeared to be around 9 feet. The photo, best known by the name The Spectre of Newbe Church, has been debated by many professionals, with the general consensus being that the photo could not be due to double exposure. Number 3. Waverly Hills Sanatorium. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium is a closed sanatorium that is located in Kentucky. The location accommodated 40 to 50 tuberculosis patients and is considered to be one of the most haunted hospitals in the eastern United States. As a result, it's been featured on several television shows including Ghost Hunters, which visited the location 3 times. One of the most shocking images to come from the hospital is the one you're looking at, which looks to feature a former nurse. The legend goes that there was a nurse who committed suicide or was murdered in room 502 after it was discovered that she was pregnant but was unmarried, and that may be who are you looking at. Number 2. The Unwanted Wedding Guest. Back in 2008, there was a lovely couple that was trying to decide where they should hold their wedding. They decided to hire Neil Sandback, who is a professional photographer and graphic designer, to go and take some photos on a farm that was located in Hertfordshire, England. It ended up looking like a really nice location for a wedding, at least until Neil started looking at the photos on his computer and spotted a white, glowing figure that was peering back at him in the photo. Especially because Neil was scouting for the wedding, he was confident that nobody else was at the farm at the time. Neil then went to the owners of the farm and, without showing them the photo, asked them if there were ever any paranormal activities that went down on the farm. The owners admitted that on occasion there would be the figure of a young boy that was dressed in white night clothes. You can imagine the hair stood up on the back of their neck when Neil unveiled the photo. Number 1. Robert A. Ferguson. The photo you're looking at was taken during a spiritualistic convention, so at least this ghost had a pretty solid sense of timing. It was taken back in 1968 when Robert A. Ferguson was giving a speech. The figure that appears in the photo was identified as being Ferguson's brother Walter, who had passed away back in 1944 during World War II. Immediately people may point at the potential of double exposure, but because the photo was taken by using a Polaroid, it reduces the chances of that being the case. At the very least, you can imagine this probably really strengthened Ferguson's belief in the afterlife. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give us a like, and if you have a friend on a social media who is skeptical of ghosts, feel free to share this video with them. Also, if you are new, don't forget to subscribe down below for the best entertaining videos you will ever see. No doubt about it.